Society. Welcome to Impolite Society.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Little August Burns Red from Mary Santora. Yeah! Big fan. That's what you told me, right? You're going to this?
No.
You're not going to this.
This is the worst.
Is Brian going?
No, but I think they have a Christmas album we like.
Oh, yeah?
I think
it's
August
Burns Red.
I'm almost
green.
positive.
They're out celebrating their 20th anniversary of some album. I think they're playing it in its entirety. I don't know if they're doing on their supporting dates, but an August Burns Red Christmas album, you say. I thought you were goofing, but you might be right. Are you okay over there?
My microphone just decided to go all cockeyed. Hold on. Let's get this.
Between the...
There we go. We're good.
There we go.
It literally just went boom.
I know.
Fell over.
I keep forgetting my water displacement 40 in here. Hey, if you have been joining us for 2 hours to midnight, thank you so much. Another 2 hours under our belts as of this past Saturday night. This Saturday night, since there's a late-ish Guardians game, will be on either at 10 or immediately after. It's a 7:15 first pitch on Saturday night. So either 10 p.m. or immediately following Guardians coverage. 2 hours to midnight. It's our new metal show. It's me, Corey Roddick, Pat Butler. It's everything. It's new metal. It's classic metal. It's your requests. It's local music in there, too. We'll have local music from Axioma and Dethrone the King this Saturday night, band from Maslin. And if you have requests, you can get them to us. It's 2htm at WMMS.com. But if you've been joining us, it's a lot of fun to do. So thanks. And let me know what you want to hear, because we always have good stuff lined up, but you can only improve it, as it were. So they're trying to protect Jamie Foxx's career, right? Because they're not saying anything about Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx has been in the hospital for like 2 months.
Well, I mean,
so
are they trying to protect his career? They're just trying to, they don't really have anything to report. And
no, I think this guy had a stroke, and they're trying to divert. Because the only statements that have come out, like from his daughter, like, he's doing great. He had a health scare.
Right, but if
he was in the hospital,
stroke, but he makes a recovery, then everybody loves that story.
Right, but isn't that a story you tell after everything's okay? You don't tell it before you're back.
Well, that's why they're not telling any stories. They're just saying, hey.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think that because they were playing it off like, oh, he's fine. But he's like in a rehab facility in Chicago, and it's a place you go when you have like spinal cord injury and things like that. He's in an adaptive sports and fitness program, his daughter said. They got Nick Cannon to fill in for him on that dumb Shazam show. So Nick Cannon, he's got that big nut.
He's like
financially and
he's like John Lovitz in Wedding Singer when he stopped doing weddings. He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits.
When Adam Sandler stopped doing weddings, yeah. So I guess because I think Jamie Foxx was doing that show with his daughter. And so Nick Cannon has to fill in on it, but Jamie Foxx and his daughter are supposed to be hosting some new show next year.
Now is Nick Cannon hosting that show with all of his kids?
I'd
tune in for that. Yeah.
I don't know about that. He has 11, right? Or number 11 is on the way.
He's up to...
I thought he had 13. Who knows?
I don't think he has that many. I think he just announced number 11.
Well, one passed away.
Well, I know that. I mean, 12 pregnancies, 11 kids. Is that what's going on? I thought he announced number 11. I don't know. But they love to tell the story. He and Kevin Hart, whoever you get, they love to tell the story of Kevin Hart buying him the giant condom machine. It's not like the guy's never heard of condoms. Like, it's a funny bit. I get it. They're boys. But, like, it's not like the guy doesn't know about condoms. Do you imagine if somebody was having a bunch of kids and it was literally because they didn't know about birth control?
They had never heard of them?
Yeah, it was like the 1400s. But even back then, they're using, like, sheep entrails.
Blech.
They figured it out. hey, if I can stop this from coming out and going in there. But back then, they were having kids to till the fields. They needed workers, right?
They were also sewing up women.
And we've kind of come full circle. Like that's what
have condoms.
That's what like Republican policies are now. We just need workers. There's a shortage, so we don't want kids in school. We want kids working. We want them in the mines.
What mines?
Whatever mines you got, coal, diamond, salt, whatever you got, we want kids in them. That's the important thing. You know, I was reading about this. Been a couple of stories of toddlers shooting their siblings, and that kid should have been at work. So that's on them. That 4-year-old
nobody wants to work anymore.
That 4-year-old should have been at work. Houston, Texas. A young child accidentally shot their 1-year-old sibling at a house because the parents had their pistol in the couch cushions.
You know, like
This is how important children are in this country to people. They were trying to figure out how the kid was able to find the loaded gun and fire it. And then there was another, that was in Houston. And then there was one where they were like, oh, a toddler shot a guy, but it turned out the guy was wanted for murder. So there's like an accidental silver lining. A 3-year-old shot 2 people, including a murder suspect, Lafayette, Indiana. They always go, somehow gained access to a gun. It's not an accident. It's a tragedy. Somebody dies. It's not an accident. These people aren't storing a gun where a kid can't get it. It's like in the couch cushions or on an end table. So a 3-year-old kid shot 2 people in the apartment. One of them was his mom, and the other one was a guy who was wanted on murder charges in Chicago. And they took him, they arrested him when he and the woman showed up at the hospital saying, hey, you're never going to believe this. Our 3-year-old just shot us.
The 3-year-old wasn't on it.
Huh?
The 3-year-old was in on it. He was undercover for the cops.
Oh, what a caper. A toddler cop?
Mm-hmm.
What a caper.
Ooh, toddler cop.
Kitty cop.
Right?
Kitty
Kitty cop.
I watched Kindergarten Cop this weekend.
Yeah.
How'd that pop up?
Because Netflix has a bunch of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that they just put on because they're doing that new series with him. So they're
Just wait until all the deep fake versions of his movies come out.
they're just pushing like that, and I watch that, and I watch Twins as like I watch them like 20 minutes at a time. It's so funny how Twins was such a wild movie for him to do because he had really only done action movies to that point.
Right.
So the fact that he was smiling and laughing in a movie, people were like, this isn't the Arnold I know. They're like, Arnold Schwarzenegger having a good time smiling and laughing?
Can't handle that.
This guy's a real fish out of water.
Mm-hmm. But it was, holds up. I think those movies are both great.
Was that which was the first comedy he did?
I think it was
Kindergarten Cop?
Twins.
Twins was.
Twins was 88 and Kindergarten Cop was 90, I believe.
Because they've been trying to redo Twins for 20 years.
I thought they were going to do a third one with Eddie Murphy.
I heard that's dead in the
Yeah,
water. It was
okay.
going to be Eddie Murphy and who? Pete Holmes? Kevin Hart? And then Schwarzenegger was like, let's just not redo it, but let's do a sequel with me and Danny DeVito. And I guess, because Ivan Reitman did the original one, and so it passed to his son, Jason Reitman, who's a big director.
Yeah.
And and I guess Schwarzenegger's pissed because Jason Reitman was like, I never really liked that movie. So we're not going to do Twins. He's like, I'm ready. That's my Schwarzenegger.
It's good.
And he goes, nah, I don't think so.
Twins is funny. I mean,
I've only seen it. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw it, but I remember liking it.
I saw it when I was a kid, and then I watched it again for the first time since I was a kid. And I mean, I just like those movies from the 80s and 90s, especially Schwarzenegger movies. They're just easy to watch. They're not great, but they're fun and they're good. And especially like the comedies because it's just so funny because there's a scene.
Because he's big and Danny
Yeah.
DeVito's short.
He's big and he's
One
short.
of them's big and muscular, and the other one's tiny
And it's
and
just,
not.
and not. And that, but they're twins.
They're twins.
They're brothers.
How could that be? One of them, they don't look anything alike. One of
Wait,
them.
do they act alike?
No.
No.
What?
They couldn't be more different. And somehow
But they come together and become a family.
came out of the same vagina.
It's all about family, huh?
Yeah.
They become a family.
We saw that new Guardians of the Galaxy over the weekend.
How was that?
Sad?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
that is not like a lighthearted movie. This one is,
That's a fake laugh.
It's real.
I feel like
It
this
is.
one is super dark.
It's devastating.
And
Well, I got to wrap the thing up, right?
stupid Blake, she's 7. She's sitting next to us. And I'm
Stupid Blake.
Well, I'm trying not to be crying. I'm sobbing. I am like really trying to hold it in, but tears streaming down my face, like doing that. And Blake looks over. It's a heavy part of the movie. Blake looks over, and I'm sitting between her and Brian, and she goes, at about this level in the middle of a movie theater, she goes, "Dad, Mary's crying," just like that.
Except so was everybody else, probably.
But everyone like turned and looked at me because they looked in our
Turned and
direction.
looked.
Well, because she shouted in the
Oh,
middle.
I see.
In
Yeah.
the middle of a very serious part of the movie.
You could
And
hear
I
a
was like-
pin drop except for her.
I was like, Blake, stop it. She's like, but you're crying. Like, she's like, are you okay? Like that. I'm like, dude, stop. It's sad. Why are you not crying at this part, you know?
Will they kill off the raccoon?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, it's a really emotional
It's
movie.
a very emotional movie. It's great, though. I loved it.
That's how they get you.
But yeah, it was good. But she tattled on me hard. I was like, dude, shut up. Quiet. Watch the movie.
Here's the
Now
thing,
you're
though.
about to be crying.
And far be it from me to
He
be
only
a
likes to stay
stick
for
in
the
the
first
mud.
half of the movie.
Yeah.
Far be it from me to be a stick in the mud or a contrarian.
I just go for the trailers.
I'm only in it for the previews.
Superhero movies, though, are a cheap emotional ploy
Not this one.
because they can bring anybody back.
Mm-mm.
And they have.
It's not like that. This is more.
Not yet.
This is the emotional
Until
ploy.
the TV show.
But that's not
But
what
this
this
is-
one's doing.
But this one is doing the emotional ploy of the origin story.
Do they blow up the universe?
No.
Well, then anything can happen.
Emotional
Even when
ploy.
Thanos
But
killed
there's-
half the people in the universe, they all came back.
Right, but we're not.
This
but that's
isn't-
not what happens in this movie.
All right.
Yeah, this is an origin story sadness.
An orgy story.
Yes.
Yes.
Man.
You know, you get to orgy and everybody's already partnered up, and you're just like,
Dang it.
and now what am I going to do?
Man,
yeah,
I
it
came
gets me
here
so
for-
sad.
I don't want to be the key bowl monitor again. I brought my own Astro Glide. It's BYOL after all. Man. All right. I keep forgetting it's out because I don't get to go to the movies. So I want to go see it. My wife was like, you're solo. She doesn't like
check it
those.
out.
Yeah, it
I
was
like
good.
It's fun.
but
I want to go.
Definitely a tearjerker.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I don't like having my tears jerked,
You might not like this then.
but I don't cry in movies.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think you will.
Yeah, it's not like I'm devoid of emotion. I just, man, you got to get me at the right spot. It's got to be like a pop commercial, or it's got to be like
Soldier coming home.
an insurance something. It gets you at the weird times. If you're manipulating me specifically to get them out of me, ain't gonna happen.
What do you think all those things are? that you
What
just
our things
mentioned?
are, huh?
What do you think all the things you just mentioned are? Those are all.
Yeah,
just-
insurance commercials. Yeah, they're trying to make you feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I
trying
think-
to make you feel 20%
I would like
off.
to see you. I would like you to see it just so we can see if you did get emotional. 'Cause
If I cry,
was
I'll tell
very
you.
emotional. I know you.
Well,
will.
but
I
you
know will.
cried all those.
Right, but like this one was like
This one was
extra.
this one was
This one-
heavy.
like-
Extra.
Like in the first few minutes, they got you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If you are,
is Stallone
What?
in it?
yes.
Is Kurt Russell in it?
No.
No.
He died in the last one.
He did?
In
Ego the
Guardians
Planet?
2 yeah, he got killed.
Yeah, but again, they bring these people back, I don't know, or a flashback or something. I don't know. Okay, Michael Rooker in it.
See, the MCU kills people sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
the snap, they brought everybody back, but that we all knew that was coming. But there's people that stay dead in the MCU.
Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, Fast and Furious,
No
they
one's dead.
don't give a. They bring people back constantly.
Different. Do they do the thing where they bring them back with different actors?
No,
Okay.
no, they
That
bring
is
them
the
back.
one that makes me like, dude, you can't say that this is the same, like the
Yeah.
Amphib thing, you know what I mean? Where they're like, no, just no one will notice, you know?
Former Teacher of the Year arrested for having sex with a 16-year-old student. in California.
That is Teacher of the Year.
Was it
We
voted
should
on
go
by
for a
students?
Teacher of the decade.
That was my question. Did the students vote on this? Miss Vanderhulst is my favorite teacher. 38-year-old math teacher at Yucaipa High School. Arrested for unlawful sexual intercourse involving a minor. Authorities believe there may be additional victims. You think? Once word got around that Miss Vanderhulst was putting it out. I don't even know if she was married. The school website did say that she offers up a rigorous curriculum and deep caring for her students. I bet they scrub that toot sweet. I don't get it. You know, the young, hot teachers that are right out of college, you kind of understand because there's a part in their brain where they're like, I still want to be cool, like Poundcake going, yeah, I still got it, whatever that means. Or you get these women that are like, they're not old.
Or they're super
This woman's
lonely.
38. You know, I just want to feel alive. She was honored as Teacher of the Year 6 years ago.
But I think they probably just think they're not going to get caught. Like, what are the odds of me actually
But
getting
why
caught or
do
word getting
people
out?
think that?
I don't know.
Because high school boys are such awesome
gonna
secret
say,
keepers when they're getting laid for probably the first time.
If I tell you I'm not going to tell anyone, I won't tell a lot of people.
Right.
I'm not going
You
to
can tell a couple people.
I'm not going to tell a whole bunch, but I'm going to tell, like, probably my brother.
best friend. Yeah, my
I'm
brother.
going to tell my
People.
brother. I'm going to tell probably my best friend, and then my best girlfriend, and then she tells me she's not going to say anything, but she's obligated to tell at least 2 people.
I mean, this was way easier before phones. You know, Mary Kay Letourneau, all these teachers, before phones, there was no paper trail, there were no text messages, no nothing. It was your word against hers. Teacher of the Year a few years ago. Well, what are you going to do?
Her.
Yeah. Well, he did.
I just want to know how the grading process is after that. Like, after I've seen this teacher.
She probably doesn't grade the sex.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying after
B minus. Sloppy work.
That was a giant F. Wink, wink.
you being her student, walking in the next day, knowing that you've seen all her lady parts nude, and like whatever she tosses to you, you're going to be like, I'm not taking this seriously. I'm not going to do this test. Like, I've seen you naked. I've seen what your whole face looks like. Like, I'm not doing that.
Well, that assumes that this 16-year-old dude's like got a moxie about him, though, too. I mean, he might be like, oh, how's it
I
going?
feel like if you have sex with a teacher, that's more points, and you definitely have a moxie about you.
Yeah, but they
There's no
never.
nerd that's like.
But it always seems. But it always seems unlikely that these teachers, they're never getting down with the captain of the football team.
Or maybe those
They're
are the ones
getting
that don't
down.
tell.
Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe.
It's always the big mouth, kid that was like the last to get laid in his class. He's like, guys, I finally did it. You'll never guess with who. Like, who?
Miss Vanderhulst.
Oh, man, everyone does that. Like, you're not special.
Right, but back in the day, that was like a story when you got to be a grown-ass man, was you're like, I never told anybody but me and Miss Vanderhulst.
Like, damn it, man.
Now they text somebody, it's all out there immediately.
You ruined it for all of us.
That's right. Ain't the old days
It
anymore.
was our pact. Dummy.
We're going to miss her rigorous curriculum and deep caring for us.
When we would wait after school to clean the chalkboards.
Yeah. Yep.
We'd wash them. You got to get it in there, put a lot of elbow grease.
I said, eat my apple. You misunderstood me. Check the text.
Why do you think I always pack my lunch, man?
I got to take a break. Hey, Guardians baseball set for 6:10. First of 3 against the White Sox here at home, right around the corner tonight at the Progressive Field. Want to text for something? 35192. You can leave us messages if you like, real quick, on the iHeartRadio app.